Back to the headphones. Can you hear me? All right. I was trying to stream with my AirPods. I guess I'm gonna have to test it out somehow. Can you guys hear me though? Nope, nope, nope. I hope you guys hear me now. Drop a rabbit in the chat if you could, because I hear me. I hear me. Do you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. Well, I need to figure out the setting on this thing. Because I was trying to stream with my there I am. Yes. I was trying to stream with my AirPods and it was just not having me, I guess. I don't know. Let me just these cords, damn, these cords. Okay. 1 second. Shout out to everybody. All right, you guys can hear me. Let me shout out all the members. I was trying to stream with the AirPods and I guess it's just not going to happen tonight because I got to figure out what the settings on it and everything. Okay, I have Peekaboo, Bobby, shout out to Bobby, Peekaboo, Jalen. Oh my gosh, Shells, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to all the Irish SW. Thank you so much for coming in and shout out to you. Oh, who else? Who else is in the house? Daisy girl. Yes, all the beautiful, wonderful members. Let me see who else. Who else? Member Vic, you made it on time. Right on time. Addie, how's everybody tonight? That's a great question. How is everybody tonight? Is everybody coherent today? Peekaboo's in the chat as well, doing her little beautiful jumping jack somersault. Is it it's a cartwheel, right, Peekaboo? That's a cartwheel. I'm pretty sure it's a cartwheel. Let's see. TJ, Chico, yes, come on in, come on in. Tina, Sinner. Oh my God, Naomi, how are you? Sarah Silva, welcome. How are you, Naomi? I hope you're doing well. Hope all is well with you. It's been a minute. Clover's in the house. Shout out to everybody, everybody. Allure, happy Friday, Allure. Oh my God, yes. Robo Rabbit, hit that like button. Oh my God, Pigeon Mac's in the house as well. Shout out to Pigeon Mac. You guys could be everywhere, but you're here. Thank you, Lazarus. Thank you, guys. Look at this. Everybody's like, you're muted, dummy. Unmute yourself. It wasn't me. It was the AirPods. I promise. It was the AirPods. Oh my gosh, everybody. Amy, how are you, Laverne? Yes, everybody come on in and hit that like button. I'm just checking out the chat. Jalen's in the house as well. All right. Miyu, how are you, Miyu? It's been a minute. Karma's in the house as well. Trained Monkey. I hope one day to have a stream. Darcy, how are you? Where everybody's sober? Okay, Addie. Bubbles. I hope to have one. Hey, Tracy, I hope to have a stream one day where all my I haven't counted anymore, but I know we're close to 200 members. I think I'm like either 8 or 9 memberships away from 200. And I was like, one day we're going to have a stream where I have everything. It's all my members in the house. Like all together, we're all there. I'm going to see if where is it? Let me see how many members I got so far. I know we're hitting that mark soon, okay? So it's getting close. It's getting close. Here we go. Okay, we're close. We're about 9 or 8 away. 8 away. So we're close. We're close. So thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at you guys are cutting up in the chat. Amy, you guys are already cutting up in the chat. Yes, hit that like button. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Pigeon Mac. Much love to you as well. Thank you, Chico, for sharing the membership link as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's my new streaking emoji. Peekaboo streaking in the chat. Peekaboo, you're about to get tomatoed. That is a lot of members. I'm telling you. Perfect Fosters is in the house too. Oh my God, I'm here, but I'm bottle feeding those kittens. Oh, shout out to Perfect Foster. Thank you. That is a lot. I'm telling you, I did not. It's all the support that you guys provide me, and you guys are here, so it's great. I don't know. Help us get to 200. Yes, yes. Help us to get to. Let me help you. Help us to get to the 200 member league. Thank you. I'm calling the 50 SW. I know. I know. I don't know. Maybe we'll get somebody that's not so, but that's not sober enough to purchase another 30 memberships. Just saying. Anyways, the tequila shops are on me. I like my tomatoes with salt and pepper, please, says Peekaboo. If you guys decide to tomato Peekaboo, make sure you get her some salt and pepper because she'll take the tomatoes as long as it's with salt and pepper. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's get started because it is Friday. And everybody's got stuff to do and people to see and whatever, because Right, right. You guys know you came to see me and you came to see each other here on this chat. We know that, right? Why don't we do a little poll so we can start the night with the content, okay? Because I got 3 different topics that I want to talk. I actually want to talk a lot more, but we would be here all night. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Avoidable Owl is a member. Welcome, Avoidable Owl. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my love, for becoming a member. Shout out, you guys welcome everybody, Avoidable Owl. Thank you for becoming a member. Let me go ahead and do a little poll. So we have topics. Vote. Let's go. We have Shanquella to talk about. We do have Stephen Smith. I think he spells it with an A, Stephen Smith. And then we have Letecia Stauch. Lord have mercy, Letecia Stauch. Listen, I got a funny little story to talk about that one, as it pertains to Letecia and that situation. Let me see where everybody votes. Okay, 100% Shanquella. I already got, okay, everybody's off for the polls. All right, all right. Got me a little cherry Coke, because that's how I like my Coke, with cherry. Okay, everybody's voting. All right. Yeah, Avoidable. I remember you were a member before, so you must have just rejoined. Thank you. Okay, so the first 40 votes, I think we're gonna go with that. Unless there's 50, then we'll go with the first. Like, if everybody's hitting the voting. And while you're voting, please hit the like button. We have 102 people here. Can we please get those likes up to at least, I don't know, 80? Because I know if you're watching me, there must be something that you like. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why watch somebody that you don't like. It's all good. It's mutual. Wim, welcome. Wim has been a member for 3 months. Glad to be here. Shout out to Wim. Look at that. Wim is a Wim is a solid supporter here. Thank you. It says 16 likes. I see 63. Can we get it to 80? Let me see. Let me refresh my little thing over here. All right, we're getting to 64. I'd like to see 80 likes. Thank you. All right, we got 51 votes thus far. I'm about to close this poll, and it's close. Wow. So we definitely, that's interesting. We got Shanquella at 72, and then Stephen and Letecia at 13, even. Wow. I didn't even wait. Bubbles, welcome to the membership, my love. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Aw, Allure. Thank you. I'm sure you say that to everybody. Do you say that to everybody? Be careful. Be careful. What do you guys think? Do you believe in us here? Hey, Tommy, I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you're well. I know you've probably been, everywhere, but I haven't seen you here in a minute. Let's talk about it. Nothing but love. All right. We got to talk about Shanquella, because Shanquella today, we have this little court TV thing we'll watch that here in a minute, but we finally got a response from the White House, which is important. But in my opinion, I think it was a lackluster response. That's just how I think. Let me go ahead and hit this fair use banner. Internet, you better not fail me, because I see the internet being kind of funky. Do not fail me. Here we go. We got our fair use banner. Let's go.
A letter to the White House about this case. This young woman was killed in Mexico in October of last year. The suspect is in this country, along with those back here, along with those who were present during the deadly beating. Okay, he sent a letter asking for extradition of the suspect to Mexico for the Mexican authorities to deal with, or if not, take jurisdiction of it here and deal with it. What's next? What's the White House willing to do?
So let me just first say our hearts go out to Ms. Robinson's family and friends. It is devastating what occurred, and certainly the tragedy is just devastating. And we've been following the news here, but because there's an FBI investigation underway, there's very little that we can say. We got to, as you know, we are.
Wait. Wim, that uninterested face. Her face was very uninterested. What do you think, Sarah? Her face was very uninterested. She looked very bothered. We're watching the news. Well, so are we. Shit, we're all reporting on the news. Let me just be more even sarcastic about the situation. We're reporting the news on this. You're watching it and we're reporting it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Following the news. They should be making the news, right? Right, Michelle? The look on her face. I know. I had to pause it right there. I said, hold up.
Are very careful about criminal investigations or any investigations that are currently happening through
Very.
DOJ in this particular case, FBI. But our hearts go out to again to the families, and I would have to refer you to the DOJ and the State Department on this.
Let me ask you this. So since there's an FBI investigation, does that mean nothing happens until the investigation is complete? Or, the United States has extradition treaty with Mexico. Is all of this contingent upon the FBI investigation?
What I can say is there's an investigation going on, so this is something that the FBI has to speak to. So that's why I'm referring you to the Department of Justice. And it's also an issue of the State Department, again, so would refer you to the State Department as it relates to another country. And
Wait a minute, but the letter was for everyone in that group. So, I just feel like that's the problem is you're referring. We're all being referred to somewhere. It's like kind of like this. I hate to use these analogies, right? But it's the truth, right? So when I went to the DMV during the week, was it last week or this week? I can't even remember. I'm thinking that I can get my registration over there, but there you get your number right here on this side of the building and your registration on that side of the building. And you're just, you're just wanting to do your thing, but people assume that we got their time and we've been patient. It is very insulting. So if the letter's to the White House and you're a White House representative, why aren't you speaking in regards to why aren't you prepared? Why aren't we prepared? She's the press secretary. Why aren't we prepared? Yes, they have been. Be prepared. Well, why can't we speak on that? White House press secretary doesn't care. She never has an answer for anything. I'm surprised she didn't blame Trump. She usually blames the last administration, but good point. This administration, ma'am, sir, everybody, though not just her, but everybody in the White House, this isn't something that you can just pass the buck. I think we're very disappointed and we're wanting to get some feedback on this. They need a new press secretary. It's BS. Her job is to answer these questions. So not only is her job is to answer these, I'm just wondering, what is the holdup? And everybody wants to know. They're moving slow. She prepared to dodge questions. Look at her irritated look, like she's above it all. Oh my God. It's like when I went to the DMV. Well, can you tell me where the number's over there? You got to pull this number. Oh, you're number 135. You got to go to the other room. This is 1 through 1 this, and that you can't be over there, but you'll still get it's ridiculous. Her job is to avoid questions and not to answer them. Incompetence. Agreed. I'm doing well. My little ones have been taking so much time. Just imagine. Oh, glad to be back. My wife watches you. Oh, shout out to your wife. Shout out to Mrs. Reyes if she's watching us. Rico, welcome, Rico. How are you? Darcy says this should actually show America how the administration feels about Black people. Well, international crimes in addition to that, getting responses, everything. She basically just told us to take a number. Good point, Michelle. She should not even bother. This is insulting. Mm-mm-mm. They need a lot of new people. Listen, if the White House is broken, they need a lot of new people. Let's keep going.
Diplomatic conversations that occur there. But again, this is something that we're clearly following here, and our hearts go out to her family.
And last question on this, though. Are there capabilities for the United States to take jurisdiction over this if it doesn't go, if the suspect is not extradited back.
Look, April, I understand the question and I appreciate the questions, all important questions to ask of me. But again, there's an ongoing investigation, so I would refer to the Department of Justice.
Process, not necessarily.
Thank you.
The investigation.
But there is a process that's currently happening because of the investigation. So I would refer you to the Department of Justice and also the State Department, as there are, this is a diplomatic issue that needs to be handled on that end.
She couldn't answer April's question. Shout out to April. April's like, well, wait a minute. Can you answer the question? This is, about a process. This isn't about, well, no, that's a diplomatic question. Even the process is diplomatic. So you need to refer to this agency and that agency. Take that number over there, 135. That lady behind the counter is going to help you. It certainly, Diane, certainly did. I cannot. Is she? Well, I cannot. I bet she has a complete different opinion. If you were having a drink with her, have to stick to a script. Shout out the center. I know. Are we out of line? She just literally made more red tape. I mean, even when it didn't need to be on a process. She said it's a diplomatic. It is diplomatic that you're even asking that question about a process. And because it's diplomatic, I'm going to refer you to that agency. Go take number 135. Sit down, April, and be quiet. That's how I felt it. I'm behooved by the DMV comparison. I don't know, yo. Why is she deferring to the DOJ like they have power? Right, because even the DOJ is not answering anybody's questions, so the White House can't answer the questions. I don't know. I'm literally confused by this. I mean, I will say this, that the letter did cause other bigger media sources to speak on the situation. I mean, at least Court TV when did a 7 hours ago, did this little thing right here we're about to watch. Let me show it to you guys. And I think it just brought more attention to what's going on, right? Let me see if I can share my screen here. Here we go.
Still has no conclusion.
Nope.
The story of Shanquella Robinson is going all the way to the White House as her family is seeking justice. Shanquella is a native of Charlotte, North Carolina. And you'll recall she traveled to Mexico with 6 other people last October. But less than 24 hours after the group landed, she was found dead. Then a graphic video surfaced of a fight involving Shanquella and another woman inside the hotel room.
Can I just point something out? I want to point something out. Court TV, you're doing people wrong here, yo. Let me show you something. I pointed this out too. Another creator pointed this out too. Court TV, this is Court TV's video. This is not Shanquella Robinson. This is not Shanquella. Shanquella has a Instagram page. She's an entrepreneur, right? She had her own little boutique and everything. This is a model from Shanquella's page. Court TV took this picture and put it on their story. This is not Shanquella Robinson. You would have thought that they would have edited that picture out. I flagged it at the timestamp. I don't get it. Like, are they just showing the video from several months ago? It's not Shanquella. It's not my video. It's one of Shanquella's models that was on her page. It was on her IG. Shout out to the plainest Jane, because she's the one. She and I believe Danny Robertson were the 2 creators that caught that. Yeah, this is not Shanquella, and this is what they're talking about. This was 7 hours ago. Shanquella Robinson's mother speaks to Court TV. All right, read this. Shout out to read this. He said, do they think we all look alike? Yeah, I know, Allure, right? It absolutely was. Thank you. They're reporting. It was not a fight. It was an attack. You'd think they would have gotten it right by now. I'm leaving it on purpose right here so you guys can see it. And nobody's putting any words to Court TV or anything like that. This is what Court TV is reporting. This just dropped 7 hours ago. This is not Shanquella.
You'll recall she traveled to Mexico with 6 other people last October, but less than 24 hours after the group landed, she was found dead. Then a graphic video surfaced of a fight involving Shanquella and another woman inside of a hotel room while on the trip. And Robinson's family was told that the 25-year-old died from alcohol poisoning, but the video shows her being beaten. Then an autopsy was done and revealed later that Shanquella's cause of death was a severe spinal cord injury and a broken neck. So far, nobody has been arrested in this case. But the family's attorneys, Benjamin Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, just penned a letter to President Biden and the Secretary of State asking for swift diplomatic intervention. And they're requesting that the Biden administration either extradite Shanquella's killer to Mexico or have the United States take jurisdiction over the case and do the prosecution here.
Concurrent.
I want to bring in my guest on the program, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Sue Ann Robinson, who is representing the Robinson family, and a very special guest. I want to welcome in on the show Shanquella Robinson's mom.
Makes you wonder. I don't know if her attorney knows that they showed the wrong photo and that they're misrepresenting the information. Thank you, SW says, my hubby just said the lighter skin, the more the public pays attention. Totally sad and wrong. Thank you for the $4.99. They really do their research, right? Hoping for answers. How are they not arrested? Evidence in front of them. Right, Amy? Right. That's not even the same person. Y'all caught that? All right.
Salamandra Robinson. Mrs. Robinson, thank you so much for making time for us this morning. And I just want to start person to person, and certainly on behalf of Court TV Network, our deepest condolences to you and your family on your daughter's death. I know there's nothing that can be said to take the pain away. And with that, my first question to you is, how are you doing today?
I'm okay.
Let's talk a little bit about your daughter first, because certainly her memory is not going to be lost. But for people who didn't have the pleasure of knowing her and won't because her life was cut so tragically short, what do you want people to know most about your daughter?
Yeah, she was a loving person, very smart and intelligent, and loved life.
Yeah. I saw that she graduated from Winston-Salem State University. I spent some time living in North Carolina. I know what a great school that is. Obviously beautiful, highly intelligent.
This is not Shanquella.
And really had her whole life ahead of her. And so now with the latest in this case, you have wonderful counsel, as you know, Mrs. Robinson. Sue Ann, who's on the program today, is one of our regular guests on Court TV. We love her here. And Sue Ann, let me go to you with what you're doing here. I have the letter here with me that you and Attorney Benjamin Crump, who you work very closely with, penned to the president, asking for help here, essentially trying to light a fire and get the wheels of justice moving here. There was somewhat of a response. There was a question asked in a press conference the other day. I want to play this clip, and then I want to speak to you about whether this response is satisfactory.
Our hearts go out to Ms. Robinson's family and friends. It is devastating what occurred, and certainly the tragedy is just devastating. And we've been following the news here, but because there's an FBI investigation underway, there's very little that we can say.
Okay, Sue Ann, what was your reaction when you heard that public response?
We're headed in the right direction. This is a case that came from Shanquella Robinson's family essentially charting their own path to justice, because even though we all know that there's victims' rights and that they have the right to be informed on what's happening with the case, they were not being informed on anything. They were being ping-ponged between U.S. authorities and Mexican authorities, and they took it upon themselves to say, you know what? We're going to find the best resources we can in order to get the information to get justice for our daughter. And so that's when I became involved and made the same requests on their behalf and got the same kind of ping pong information. And then we decided as a team, you know what, let's just be boots on the ground in Mexico. And I went on a fact-finding mission to Mexico to get answers for this family. And seeing the White House press secretary have to respond to April Ryan's question about the case is a step in the right direction. Obviously, the response wasn't substantive, but for the White House to obviously have the acknowledgement, they've received the information, they know what's going on. That is the strategy. That's the path that we're on, because we need high-level diplomatic intervention in this case. Heads of state have to talk to heads of state. the head of our federal law enforcement agencies have to talk to the head of the Mexican law enforcement agencies in order to prioritize the case to move it forward. Because this happens to be a case where justice delayed is absolutely going to be justice denied, because every single day, every minute that passes, the evidence is dissipating. The witnesses that are out, their memories are fading, physical evidence is dissipating. So that's what the urgency is in this matter. And, you know, in the letter, we discussed that our clients understand that the United States has many priorities, but obviously transnational criminal cases that involve the death or the murder of United States citizens abroad, we have to show that that won't be tolerated.
Exactly, Suan. And it seems that that's part of the problem, right? Because with this incident happening in Mexico, my understanding is Mexican authorities did issue an arrest warrant. But is part of the problem that that person, this is one of Shanquella's travel mates, was the subject of that warrant. Is she back in the United States? Is that the problem, that they can't get her there in Mexico? She's back here. So our authorities may have to get her and take jurisdiction. Do I have that correctly, Suan?
Right. There has to be communication between the two countries at a very high level in order for a U.S. citizen to be handed over to Mexican authorities, or for the U.S. federal law enforcement agencies to say, okay, we're going to be taking over this case, or we would like concurrent jurisdiction so we can do our own investigation in Mexico and an investigation here. And then that would result in the prosecution of the responsible party or parties here in the United States. But that wheel has to get going. That work has to be done. And the ball is in the U.S. authorities' court to get it going.
Sure. Mrs. Robinson, let me go to you next, please. The person that's the subject of this warrant, Dejanay Jackson, apparently was also one of the travel mates with your daughter, and it's my understanding that she also brought your daughter's luggage back to your house. What, if anything, did she say that could provide some clues as to what?
Are you guys doing okay in the chat? Because I'm watching it with you guys. Justice for Shanquella. Yeah, interesting. So why would the FBI not be handing her over at this point? I don't know. A lot of you guys are talking about that picture. Yeah, we had noticed that from the first Court TV report, guys, that Court TV had shown another woman that was not Shanquella in this reporting. Now they're showing it twice. I did message somebody to see if we can look into getting, I don't know if the attorney can see the picture or the monitor. A lot of you guys are saying that. I don't know. I don't know if the family has seen this, but that's not Shanquella, the one where they did the freeze frame on, and that's important. We can make deals with Russia easier than Mexico. I call BS, right? And we're neighbors. Interesting. So why would the FBI not be handing over at this point? Sorry, and I already read that again, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what else is there. And I had said this before. Is there circumstantial evidence? Like, is the video circumstantial evidence? What else do they need? Or what are we missing here? I don't know.
Happened to Shanquella?
Well, she didn't bring the luggage back to my house. Khalil Cook brought the luggage back, but she came the next day to tell my family what had happened. And she said it was alcohol poison. So
Khalil Cook brought the luggage. Dejanay, the person that we see in assaulting, beating Shanquella, comes the following day and says it's alcohol poisoning. They covered it up. She knew what happened.
So she's saying alcohol poisoning, but then you get these autopsy results. What do you think happened to your beautiful daughter, Mrs. Robinson?
Well, there's a video out there that what happened to her. Everyone seen the video. The video went viral. It was the whole world seen it.
Yep.
So we know what happened.
The beating, as I described, her cruel. It's just awful. My question is why? Do you have any idea why this?
I have no idea. I have no idea. And Shanquella was a kind person, a loving person. So I don't know why anyone would do her like that.
Right. Tell me, please, Mrs. Robinson, what do you want to see happen next?
I need someone to be arrested, and I need justice for my family and Shanquella, because it's been 5 months, and they out here living their life.
Yep.
Absolutely. Sue Ann Robinson, tell me, please, what is the next legal move for you and Mr. Crump?
The next legal move is to get a more substantive response on whether or not there's going to be a diplomatic intervention to prioritize the case. Our plan really is not to let it get to the 201st day without some more movement being made on the case, and to just keep the pressure on, because that's the only way to really keep Shanquella's name in the media, in the press. I remember, and I'm sure you do too, Natalie Holloway's case. Every single day in the White House press briefings, a question was asked, what's happening on the case, what the White House position on the case.
Same picture. Hold up, hold up, hold up. This girl has tattoos on her arm. Okay?
To really keep Shanquella's name in the media, in the press. I remember, and I'm sure you do too, Natalie Holloway's case, every single day in the White House press briefings, a question was asked.
He doesn't.
What's happening on the case, what the White House position on the case, and we just want that same energy for Shanquella Robinson's case. So the case can be, the people who are responsible will be brought to justice.
Thank you so much. As I said earlier, the Robinson family has great counsel with you.
So, can you imagine, right? The next day, you know, Khalil Cook comes in, gives the luggage. Then the person that threw the blows comes the following day and says that it was alcohol poisoning. I'm sorry, like I just don't get how you can look at a mother's face and lie to her like that. I don't get it. I don't get it. The layperson that know nothing about the medical field. That's wild. They boldly show in the wrong picture and still upsetting to see. It is. It is. You did SW? Justice for Shanquella. So just so everybody knows here, if you guys go to Court TV, I mean, I might leave a comment and say it'd be great. I mean, it's great reporting, but you might want to actually show the right woman in the picture. I tagged them on Twitter. I know the plaintiff Jane did as well. There was a lot of people that had brought this to their attention, but Court TV doesn't give a shit. I'm sorry. They just don't. They just don't. They're competing against all these other people. I couldn't believe it. I'm glad they are, and they're beginning to squeeze Ben out. Right, right. Her mom sounds annoyed. I'm sure she is tired of these ridiculous questions over and over and over. You imagine having to tell your story over and again? It's just ridiculous. You know? The case gets me so pissed off and I'm sober. Because you lied to yourself first, says Jen. I just left a comment on Court TV. This is disgusting. I know. Look at the hands of the attacker. Big something there. Let me go back to it and let me make myself smaller. Actually, let me remove myself. Vic had pointed out the same thing too, but the thing is about the video of the attack is we can't really. I was flagged when I played it. Hold up. You guys think she has something in her hand? I thought that was a fist. It's hard to tell. I think that's her fist. She does have some pretty big hands. I'm pretty sure that's her fist. I don't know. Do you think it was jealousy? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure this was her fist, guys. What are you guys thinking in the chat? She is a big person. I really figure Court TV would have been more thorough, especially since many of us said something before. Right, right. Hey, Belinda, the attacker is a big person to begin with. Yes, it is. Clover. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. That's her fist. It's her fist. I don't think it was any items. She's hitting her with the closed fist. That's what it looks like. Her fist, right? Closed fist. It did look like she had like an item because I saw her put her hand all the way up, but I think it's her fist and she's going like this and like this. She's got pretty big hands. Okay. Yeah. Beastly. That's a good way to describe it. Beastly hands. It's, it's a sad situation, right? And my hope is that this family does receive the justice that they deserve and need, as well as some answer. And these people need to stop with these, between this press secretary and everybody else up there. You guys need to stop this shit and just give the family the diplomatic intervention that they're asking for. What is the holdup? What else do they need to do for something to happen? To me, it's like we move around so quickly on all these other cases, and for whatever reason, there's a holdup here. All right, you guys got the time. What's next? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? I'd like to know. I don't know. Let's go. I think that's a rumor. I'm pretty sure that's a rumor. Why aren't the Cabo Six being charged? We have a witness saying that they were laughing. How isn't that not a sign of premeditation? These interviews were from months ago. How are the others not charged? I don't know if a laugh would necessarily be premeditation. Again, I don't know what they have to work with. Honestly, I do not know at all. Darcy says she's got man hands. Yeah, that's a rumor. Let's go. That has not been proven. It's been said that that's a rumor, and I want to be careful how we say that too. I gave the press secretary to a pass. It's a job description. She has no say. Right. I think that a lot of us are kind of tired of people getting passes, though. Honestly, Senator, like it seems to me that the letter said it perfectly. When the four U.S. citizens were abducted, you had the U.S. and Mexican authorities working very closely and figuring what happened on an abduction. Why can't we get the same for something like this? What's the holdup? We need an answer. We need a statement from these people. Something needs to happen. Something needs to happen. Okay? Yeah, no worry. Let's go. Actually, let's go. You're not the only one that heard that. And shout out to you because I appreciate you for saying that. Yeah, it's not just let's go. It's a lot of people that have put that out there as a rumor. And you are not the only one. So no, nobody's like jumping on you. We're just letting you know that that's a rumor. And a lot of people have said that. You're not the only one that has come here and said that. So shout out to you. Um, just letting you know, everybody. Everybody. I think everybody knows that it's a rumor. It's been put out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a 5 woman with the size 25 shoes. All women, large built, stocky built woman do exist. It just makes them automatically trans. Yeah, a lot of people here on YouTube were saying that. But it's funny because even the Mexican authorities made that thought as well. Remember when what is it? Zuninga went to interview with the lead attorney and they said something about the wig and then they just not having an understanding of attire and dress and people making assumptions. They made assumptions too. That's just how it is. I know you didn't, so stop. Let's go. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I know you didn't. You're good. You're good. I was gonna say size 25. I was like, damn, those are some big shoes, Kiba. Those are some big shoes. You know, those are some pretty big shoes. I mean, I've seen big shoes, but a size 25, I have not seen on a woman. Hey, good Gumby. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And you know what? The other thing too, let's go. It's emotions are so high on this case too. We want to see justice. We want to see something happen. Women's laughing. He's like, size 25. Kiva, don't ever mistype size 25 with the 14. Size 14 for women is huge. It is. It truly is. Wim said that those aren't shoes, those are boats. All right. You guys put yourselves on timeout. That's not Shaq. They're not Shaq. We love you. Let's go. It's all good. Okay. Oh, come on, Dejeuner was a way bigger than those guys in Mexico, just saying. I mean, everybody, I don't know, yo. Is it possible that there's additional evidence the use is trying to collect to guarantee a conviction? Good none, yeah, that's what I would like to believe. That is my hope, that there might be real good, evidence or more time. Maybe what they have is just circumstantial. Maybe the video is not enough, even though we feel like it's enough. It could very well be not enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what the holdup is. Maybe there's a lot of political tape too. I just don't know. And we can't even read these. I mean, look at the press secretary. She's just like, April, sit down and no. No, April. I don't have an answer for you, April. Take your number 135 and go sit over there, April. I understand what you're trying to do, April, but it's enough. That's how I felt. That's why I was like, damn, we're just trying to get some answers. That's it. That's it. If your feet are bigger, can you walk on water? Lord. Listen, I'm about to, sinner. We're about to. I might just take everybody to Mexico. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it all, but we'll figure it out. We'll all go down there and we'll get a bullhorn. Whatever we can do. I mean, it's only logical, at this point. Because if April can't get through, then maybe all of us, maybe the rabbit and all of us can get through. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yes, I hope that while this woman is still free, that there is no children around her ever. Oh, Miyu is looking for April. We're gonna have to go pick up April. I felt bad for April because she said, "April, listen, I know what you're trying to do. It's just not gonna happen, April." I don't know. Her daughter is a basketball player and she's 6'4", 14 size. Her father is 6'11" and her mother 6'2". So big women with big hands exist. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. I'm down. I'll pay my own way. Thanks. That's Bubbles. Who you didn't see April? So the press secretary was trying to direct the questions about the Shanquella case. So she says to the media, her name is April. April, I get what you're doing, April, but we can't, so you got to watch it and then you'll get it. But yeah. Anyways, you'll pass it. We're not going to Mexico? All right, then. Well, damn. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We need that. We all need this. Let me tell you something. I try to joke as much as I can because some of this stuff is so hard hitting and heavy. And again, I joke when it's appropriate because it helps a little bit. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, we got to talk about this because People Magazine was talking about it. I saw Ikamel talking about it too. It's kind of circulating everywhere. I did see that there was a GoFundMe that was started by the Stephen Smith family to exhume the body of Stephen Smith. This is going to be interesting. So they raised enough money. Actually, they raised, I think, twice as much as they were asking. I think they were asking for like 15,000 and they've raised 42, 45. If I checked it last, it was like a GoFundMe. I remember when they started it, they didn't even have that much. It was literally like under 1,000. And now it's, clearly a lot of money. So they're going to be, exhuming Stephen Smith's body. For those that don't know, he is the young man that that was killed. Okay. And that SLED was kind of playing games with the situation. The investigation is very botchy and shitty pertaining to Murdochs. Murdoch had something to do. Allegedly, there's a rumor out there, although we can't really determine whether Buster and Stephen had some type of communication or understanding with each other. That is the rumor out there. When you watch the Netflix documentary on this, I believe it was Paul's girlfriend who said something to the effect of that Stephen's name was brought up in a dinner table conversation and something about some really disgusting remark was made as it pertains to Stephen Smith and his death. So people have speculated that Buster Murdoch had something to do with Steve's death. Listen, SLED is something else, yo. SLED is something else. I think it's great that they're going to be exhuming the body. I hope that it finds answers. I mean, if his case is reopened, so the body of Stephen Smith, who died on a country road not far from the Murdoch home, is being exhumed. His family announced on Friday, today. On March 9th, his mother, Sandy Smith, opened a GoFundMe page to raise money to exhume the body and perform an independent autopsy after questions were raised about his 2015 death during the investigation into the murder of Maggie and Paul. A jury found attorney Alex Murdoch guilty March 2nd of murdering his wife and son at his country estate in 2021. Sorry, can't even read numbers anymore. During the double murder investigation, state police said that they found new evidence about Stephen's death. The police reopened the case in June of 2021 to investigate further how the 19-year-old was killed. Smith was found dead in the early morning hours on the South Carolina road from blunt force trauma on his head. Air quotes. This is a 48-hour report. But mind you, if you guys watch the review that we did for HBO, they actually found his body in the middle of the road with his shoes on. So there was theories that he had been hit by a car, they'd been shot in the head. It was just horrific. And yeah. Yes. It's just too much stuff has been going on. How do they bury a body without an investigation? I don't know. Let me see. You said Bubba left that poor kid in the middle of the road. Whew, if they reopen the investigation, the police should exhume his body and have an independent. That's what they're going to do, Bobby. They're going to be doing an independent investigation to it. Outside of, I honestly think they need to do it outside of that area. Get away from SLED, get away from all these people. Like, to me, none of this just feels iffy. You know what I'm saying? Just iffy. That's it. I don't like it. We're definitely going to be talking about this. If the developments that come out of this, I'm curious. There was audio which the state police were overheard showed that some officers disagreed that nothing appeared to be a vehicular accident, as the officers here is heard saying on 48 Hours report. No headlights were broken. Smith was still found with his shoes on, a rare outcome for victims of any type of hit and runs, said Seth. And that was a law professor that they quoted from South Carolina. So there's a lot of questions in this. We're definitely going to be looking into this. Smith said that an independent autopsy costs about $7,000 and a medical examiner about $750 for an hour. Private autopsy firms online advertise for and to exhume autopsy ranging from $3,000 to $6,500. Damn, these things are expensive. So the fundraiser went from, actually, it raised about $44,000, almost 3 times its original goal, which was $15,000. I do remember that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I hope that this brings some light to it. I am curious to know what things are going to look like moving forward. I want to talk about this. So I got a story to tell. Once upon a time, I'm just joking. I had a really story to tell on this one. This one kind of hit home for me a little bit. Gannon. I wasn't a content creator then when this boy went missing. Let me think how I want to say this. This one hit different for me. I remember when Gannon went missing. And I remember people that I know searching. And I remember how hard that was. And then to find out that he was found in a suitcase, miles and miles away from his house. It just hit different. So I put this up there because I'm going to look into covering the West case. I know a lot of you guys, I know Peekaboo was one. I got some people on Twitter that hit me up about covering this case, the West case as well, which I plan to. This one right here, Goodnight Pigeon, hit me a little bit different too. I said, I got to talk about this. This is a crazy one. Letecia. Now there was I remember because there was a YouTuber, Sincere and Classic. Thank you, my love. And I know they had their names changed. So I want to do it right and do right by it. So no, it wasn't Amy. So there's 3 big cases that are going to be going to trial next month. You have the Vallow case, Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow, that's going to be going to trial. Letecia Stauch, which is here, that one's going to be going to trial. And then you have the Sincere and Classic and that little situation too that's going to be going to trial. So you have 3 different big cases that, in my opinion, are going to be going to trial. This one is specifically, like, it just really got to me. There's so much more that I know about this, and I want to cover it. But I remember there was a really great creator who covered it, and I remember this was before I was a content creator. I was just a subscriber, and I'm still a subscriber to her channel. Her name is It's a Crime. She's a big YouTuber. She covered this story too when he went missing, and just the craziness of Letecia, and then how while they were searching for Gannon, they were blaming Gannon's mother. Like, it was just a whole thing. I just remember vividly this situation. It is a horrible story. It is. So what is happening? I believe they're doing jury selection. I still remember when Lady lied and said that some Mexican rapist. This is what she said. She said it was Eduardo, not Eduardo, Eduardo, right? She said it was a Mexican guy who raped her and took Gannon, and she said it was a Mexican rapist, and that she had put that out there. She had put that out there. How? What do you mean? Why is it Glare? What happened, Glare? What did I do? I see how it is. How do you see what it is? What do you see? Tell me, what did I do? Eduardo was the guy that she put out there. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence on this one too, because like I said, I kind of know some people in this case, and it does. Oh, you're gonna cover it? You're gonna cover it too? I didn't know you covered it too. Did you cover Letecia Stauch? See, I got to go to your channel then, all the way back. I just remember when It's a Crime covered it, but I didn't know you covered it. Are you planning to cover it? You're just giving me shit. You always give me shit. Damn it. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yeah, so I'm gonna see how I feel about it. You didn't catch the story. It's a very sad story. Stepmom, she'll have her day in trial, but it just looks very sketchy. This woman is just ridiculous. They've been delaying it. This trial, I think, should have happened. It's been 13 months since the plea of not guilty, and they have yet to go to trial. Okay, it's been ongoing. Yes. Hey, Lex. Hey, Sally. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to cover this, because this is something that it hits close to home for me in so many ways, and I know some people that are involved in terms of, like, people that I know. So I don't know how I want to touch this one yet, but I might, and that's probably going to because of the defense. Between evaluations, they're just delaying it. They're delaying it. This woman is incredible. You guys don't even know half of it. Half of the shit that she's done. I mean, if you've been watching The Glare, you probably do. She's been doing a lot of crazy ass shit. That's what I'll say. I don't know if the trial will be streamed. No, I heard it's not going to be streamed. It's going to be through audio. That's what I heard. But I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to, like, if they're going to allow media or anything like that in there. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I'll find out a little bit more. Okay. And if there is, maybe there can't be any recording in the courtrooms, but possibly there could be some type of, like, maybe what they did with the big trial over here with the celebrities, where they go in there and they hear it and then they come out and they report. So maybe that's something that can be done, just to give everybody a heads up. But I think there might be audio, but it's not going to be, like, Court TV is not going to cover it. It's not going to be streamed or anything like that. But there might be a way to get somebody to give us some reporting if we do it the right way. Obviously, we're not going to pull any heels on. Heels on the ground. type of sneaking in and audio and that bullshit. I'm talking about doing it right. Doing it right. So I'm gonna see what I can do. But I'm just giving you guys a heads up on this one. I'm very curious about it. I took so long to say hi. I'm busy trolling Rabbit. The glare is like the best kind of troll you can have. Shout out to the glare. It's all love. All right. I'm going to let you guys go because I can only do an hour. I got Baby Bunny over here. While the glare is trolling me, Baby Bunny's trolling me over here. She's walking on her walker and she's kind of giving me this look like, are you done? Are you done talking to these people? So I got to go tend to Baby Bunny. You guys have a great rest of your night. Stay blessed. Please stay out of trouble. Stop breaking the law. Be good. All right? Be good. Happy St. Patty's Day. Okay? Stay easy. Be easy. Shout out to all the beautiful, wonderful members. Let me go ahead and do a little rabbit twerk. Let's do a little rabbit twerk to welcome all the members to the membership. This is for you. Yes, yes, yes. Tinkle Tits in the house as well. I see a lot of people coming in and leaving at the same time. You guys have a great rest of your night because I am out. Bye, guys.